Okay, so everybody has different processes of doing this. I am going to show you my process, although there are several different ways you can do the same thing. On our Etsy, we sell two different types, and the two different types that we sell are coarse and fine. Most people find it simple to do the coarse because it's generally just drying out the eggshells. You're going to, this is my cup of water here. Whenever I use my eggs, I will soak them just in plain water, rinse them, make sure any excess egg is out of it, and then I just let them dry. You can dry them in the refrigerator. You can also dry them on a pan like this in the oven. That's done by putting it in on the lowest setting for about 30 minutes to really dry them out. It'll also, if you do miss any egg, it'll cook out any egg. So literally what we have here is just dried eggshells, and basically you just put them in your mortar and pestle and you grind them down. These are the two different consistencies we have. This is the more coarse one, which I'm doing literally by just grinding. Now, if you're doing this more from a for spell work, you're going to want to actually really put your intention into this, whatever your intention may be. And you're just going to grind down the eggshells to whatever consistency you want them for the course. Now, as you notice, it's kind of difficult and it's time consuming to do this. And I guess my biggest question that I get is, okay, I've been grinding for a little bit here. How do you get it like that? All right. So there is a step in the process that is really important if your goal is to get it into the fine powder. All right. So I'm just going to put these there for a minute. These eggshells right here that I have, see how they're just falling apart? These eggshells have the membrane removed, okay? And I'm going to explain how to do that in a second. But with the membrane removed, they become almost fragile glass-like. So you can see the difference of when you take the membrane out, it's easier to make it into more of a powder. Okay, you can see how you can get those very, very fine. All right, so there's just an extra step in order to be able to make that more of a fine. You're still going to have to put some effort and energy and time into making them as fine as you want, but it will make it so it's more of a fine powder. Now, the way you accomplish this is after you soak the eggs, before you bake them, you just simply, well, this one must have a membrane out of it, right? All right, so you're gonna take the egg and you are going to see this in here, this membrane here. you're gonna go ahead and pull that out, okay? This is the membrane. Now, before you throw this out, I'm gonna do another video of some uses for the egg membrane, which are gonna be pretty interesting, some of the uses, but the key is to, before you bake them on the pan, to just pull out this membrane, because that's what's going to prevent it from getting into the powder form if you're trying to make the fine. So you just have to kind of play with it, and you can almost see with the membrane. Pull this out right here. All right, you can almost see it's got a pinkish tint. So when you're looking in the egg, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but you'll be able to tell if the membrane's still in there. And it doesn't matter if these get small, you can bake them. Sometimes, like these pieces I have here, that's where I had trouble taking the membrane out, so they became very small. But you want to make sure that's all out if you want to get it to the fine powder, okay? This is actually, I saved the membranes. This is what they actually look like. You want to dry those out. They become like a paper. There's some great medicinal value to these, which I'll go over when I make another video about the membranes. Look out for that. And that is pretty much how you make eggshell powder. Again, we have the course, which is a lot simpler to reproduce yourself. Just literally, you can tell that the membrane is still kind of in those, and that's just crushed up in the mortar pestle. And then the fine, of course, this is where you want to take the membrane out of the egg to get it more of a powder. We're also going to do another video, which I'm going to allow my wonderful partner to do, because he is the chalk maker, as to how you can make this eggshell powder into a usable chalk. That's all I have for you right now. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out my Etsy store. It's called Witchin Alchemy. Thank you.